What's up, Blizzard Nation? Welcome back to Strictly Blizzness. I am in El Studio. Kathy is in El Cabo, which is an incredible view.
Don't make me laugh, because then my phone is going to do this.
That's a pretty good view.
It is a nice view. It's a very beautiful view. Cabo was just hit with a hurricane less than a few days ago, actually, over the weekend. The beach looks great, but inside the city, there's a lot of areas where there's a lot of water damage, a lot of sand that's in places that it shouldn't be. Not too many businesses were, they boarded up. I'm sure there's still impact, but everybody is still up and running, or up and running again, I should say. So we're happy to be here. Happy to have this view as I work this week. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's not terrible. I'm happy to be here in studio, and a huge shout out to Creative Edge and Edge VR Arcade. We have a normal episode, even though a not normal location. So what do you want to start with today, Kathy? It's weird because we went from 3 guests in studio to just me in studio. So
yeah. So I guess let's talk about there I am.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back. Let's talk about who won the football.
Yes. We did have a winner for St. Pat. Wait, is that the right one? Yes, St. Patty's Day is the theme. And that will be The Archetyped. According to the order of comments, you were the first one to say St. Patty's Day or night. So that is a win. So we'll find out who you are, and we'll get you a St. Patty's Day ball once we get them.
Yeah, so we'll message you Archetype the Archetype and get you the ball sent to you, unless you're going to be at a game and you prefer to get it then. Whatever you would like, we will work that out with you and get the details. We have another ball to show, correct?
Yep. About as easy as the last one. We will throw that on screen, right? Meow. It's a night that we normally do. And I won't give any more hints than that one.
Yeah, I think we leave it as it is, and they have to guess.
Yep.
So same thing. If you guess it, you're the first one to guess it. You get to keep it.
Yep, when we get them. And there's a lot
Which
of them
we will
coming.
be getting them.
Yep.
Yes, there will be a lot of balls coming this year.
Yep.
All right. Now that we have that taken care of, I think there's one thing that people have been anticipating, which has not happened yet, and that is the release of our schedule. We had said that we'd have a schedule October 1. It's not October 1 anymore.
No,
It's almost November 1. But let me give you kind of a background. Having done our schedule for years, I understand the ups and downs that Todd, our commissioner, is now doing the schedule. And basically what we run into every year is we ask people for dates. We start to plan a schedule, and then lo and behold, everybody is, oh, I don't want that date, or that's not the date I wanted. So we're supposed to give at least 10 dates. Obviously, if we give 12, that's better, because we're looking for 8 home dates to do. And as we've talked about on this show before, if there isn't balance, if not everyone has the same dates from the start of the season to the end, there's an issue that comes up where we have to either give somebody a bye, not play that weekend. There's a lot of juggling that happens. What gets frustrating is when we have owners that, oh, I really didn't want to play that team. Or, oh, that's not really the date I wanted. That gets really frustrating. Now, Todd's a lot nicer than I would have been, because I would have just said, too bad. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, people. But again, until all of our arenas can give us all the same dates, we have this juggling act that happens. And that's why you'll see people local to one another or in the same conference playing each other 3 times. We try to keep it about finance over football, meaning if you're close to someone, you probably will play them 3 times versus just 2. A lot of our games, and especially with Jacksonville now being in, we have to fly. So we will be flying 3 times in 24. That's just the nature with Tulsa being where it is. That's a flight. Massachusetts, obviously a flight. And then with Jacksonville being in, we're hoping to go to Jacksonville. That's a flight. So we'll see. And then we usually like to play somebody on the other side. So that could be Arizona, that could be Naz, could be one of the teams in California. We'll see. But I've been told, dun dun dun, dun cross your fingers, that we will have a schedule by that November 1st.
Okay.
So within, if not end of this week, we'll for sure have it live next week. I say for sure, and it's a for sure, I hope.
Got it. Yeah, and we, I'd like to say, well, I know for a fact we don't play the date game there. I really give them everything Christy can give us home date wise, and we were able to help
Right.
with the trouble weekend because she was able to help us too. So hopefully we're not one of the headache teams there for sure when you had to do the
No,
schedule.
yeah, no, we are not a headache team. I know that for a fact. And shout out to PMI because that has been so helpful. As you said, Todd was looking for some help on a particular date, particular weekend where we didn't have enough teams that had dates. It wasn't one of our original dates, but Chrissy at PMI was able to help us out and move some stuff around, different holds that she was waiting on.
Yeah, and I will say, like, if schedule allows, and budget allows, I would not mind making the Jacksonville trip with you, and that is for all the reasons except football. We have a friend there that I think both you and I would like to go see if we play them. So, and
We would love to see
we'd
him.
love to see Sean Whitmore, former Blizzard player, former IFL employee, incredible guy, our type of people. So, I plan on marking that one on the calendar as soon as we have line of sight if we get to go play them. So.
Yeah, and now a married man.
Yep. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful wife, beautiful life starting out. So congrats to Sean.
Yeah. So we did have some questions last time, and I took a real cool question from a season ticket holder. I did want to hit on a couple key things in Blizzard world before we dive into that. So Black Friday sale will be coming for the buy one get one flex. Hopefully with a new twist to it. I'm working with a new Blizzard partner on a gift card offer. So not only do you get 10 tickets, but you get a gift card to their business, and we'll call it sponsor the flex plan. Just a real cool, you don't want to pass that up for Black Friday because you will literally double up Blizzard tickets and gift card offers if we get that to go. So that will come soon. And then season ticket renewals as soon as we have the schedule. Nap is working on that along with a bunch of new folks that have reached out to us for season tickets. We just want to provide you the home date so you know what you're committing to for 8 weekends. So, and then we plan on doing
Absolutely.
a blowout sale right on December 1 for all past seasons merch to kind of clean house and refresh as we move into 2024. So Greta and I are working through counting everything, getting exactly what sizes are loaded in the system. And my goal would be like December 1st through December 10th, so we have time to ship you something in time for Christmas. We'd have a 10-day clean house, end of year Christmas clearance. We'll rebrand the store specifically with those items and maybe some images of the 2024 game ball sets if you want to add a game ball set to your Christmas order. You won't get the footballs until next year, but you can order them ahead of time. So those are my three things on my list.
You could give them a gift
Yep.
for Christmas. It would just show the balls
Yep.
on a piece of paper. But yeah.
Yeah, we're talking like everything must go, Blizzard Nation. Like PJ pants from 6 seasons ago that I maybe have one size of left somehow. Like it'll be the specific size loaded up in the Blizzard store, and we got it until we don't got it. So we will. That's what Greta and I are working on right now, is really digging into the back room and getting ready to get that off the ground after the flex sale. So
You bet. So since you mentioned her name,
yep.
Let's talk a little bit about our office staff because it has changed coming into 24. Greta is a former intern that is doing admin work with us, correct?
Yeah, admin, merch, and then still, because she's really, call it hungry and excited to learn about the industry still from an entertainment standpoint. She's a lot like me in a sense that I don't live and die by football, but she loves the entertainment piece of what we do. Um, she's still, when she's not doing those things for you and I, she's still taking, we'll call it intern shifts where she's learning, plugging in, working on theme nights and getting to do some fun. But yep, she's a Norbert student in her final year at Norbert's.
Yeah, and she does some other work. She interns on Broadway in Green Bay. So lots of different exposure that she's gotten. And she likes the idea, like you said, entertainment, sports. She wants to try and stay in that realm. Although marketing is kind of her background, business admin is definitely a close second. So she's been helping me with the financial side of getting the books entered, and so that I'm not doing it. It's getting done in real time, which helps on so many levels. So that's fabulous.
Yeah, and I think in a team of four combination of you, me, Greta, and Wendy, who a lot of you folks meet at the merch stand on game days, will handle merch this year. I think Wendy's has committed to come in a little bit early and help set the stand and inflate some footballs. So Wendy and Greta and you and I will get to work hand in hand in designing, and then they'll get it set up on game days.
Perfect. And then we also have another person in the office that's doing the behind the scenes on marketing and helping Nap out a little bit. You want to talk a little bit about Ben?
Yeah, Ben Kapitsky interned for us in a game day capacity last year. And then a lot of you season ticket holders would know Ben if you stop by the fan services table. He was handing out giveaways and doing stuff at the table for Nap. And then he actually interned after that with Brewpub Pizza in the area here, also a Blizzard partner. And Ben is doing social media, some marketing stuff, and really working on getting some of the football content on the website, and is really cruising along here. And we're excited to see how that goes, because it's stuff that I don't understand. Like, I think like people, I don't like.
Don't
I
make
like
me
it's,
laugh. It makes
it's
it
like,
makes
it should frighten a lot of people that I wing a lot of this, but I do. Like, I am a sales guy through and through that has learned this, and I understand people, but I don't have a clue on what some of that stuff is on social media and how it works, and I'm glad someone is doing a lot of that stuff. So,
well, and we have Creative Edge helping us quite a bit as well.
Yep.
With some new video content, and we're just really excited about 24 and what that means.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Questions?
What else you got in Blizz World?
That was the big ones. I think with all the new changes and stuff, I know we'll get when's the new merch coming? We're going to run the clear out stuff in December, and probably as we turn the calendar year, we'll launch the new stuff in a new version, same platform, but new version of the store. We'll have it in time for our kickoff party. We're already working on it in the back end. It's just the reality of it is it's not going to be ready for Christmas. So we'll clear out what we have. We'll get the game ball pack up and really just set ourselves up for 2024 with new stuff coming.
Yeah, for Christmas, I would say season tickets would be a good idea.
Flex,
some of the blowout
yep.
merch, and a pack of the balls for the season.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, well, before we go any further, there was for this episode an announcement that happened.
Sure.
And it happens today for us on this show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when the show comes out, it will be old news. It'll be yesterday, if you guys follow that logic. Anyway, the announcement is we have signed on Indianapolis to the IFL. And what that means for us personally, meaning the Blizzard, is we have a new playing partner that's within driving distance. So that is exciting. This is an ECHL team, much like our Tulsa partners. And they will be coming to us in the 25 season. So that's big. That's big for us from an expansion standpoint. They do not currently have a football team. They have a hockey team, and we welcome them. So we're very excited about having a playing partner that's closer to us than the West Coast.
Very cool. Do you want to tackle the email question I had? And in regards to YouTube comments, we had a lot of thank you for having Corey on and answering a lot of the questions. There weren't any like questions on the YouTube thread per se, but we did take a question from a season ticket holder regarding player pay and how it varies from the IFL to the AFL, and they asked if you would elaborate on that. And that is the Arnston family. I will shout you out. So thank you for taking time to email me.
Yeah, that's great that they're asking. And we've talked about pay on this show before, but maybe they're new to the show, and that's great. So we'll hit it up again because we get new, one or two new people every month or so. So I think we're up to, is it 20 listeners?
I didn't check that.
I don't know.
So it
I
does.
don't know how many we
If
have.
I don't look at the number, I don't
But
be disappointed.
Well, right. But if you have not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you can get our content whenever we do it. We'd love to have you, and we'd love to hear your comments and or questions. By all means, if we can't answer them for various reasons, we will let you know that we can't answer them. But this one is definitely one that we can touch on. So this is no secret. The IFL pays players, and we have a salary cap. So for us, we pay every player the same. We do have some teams that play certain positions less and then therefore other positions more. But if you would average out that salary cap, it would be $225 per player. So that is what we pay all of the players, is the $225. They have, and that's per game. So that's per week that they play. If they're on a bye, they don't get paid. If they do a community appearance, for every community appearance that they do, they get another $25, and they can do up to two per week. So for instance, if they're playing, that's a total of $275 that they'd be able to make for the week. Now, a lot of people say that's not a lot of money, and you're right. It's not a lot of money. It's hardly any money. But again, as we've said on this show before, this is not where a football career is. It's where a football career is being made, meaning you're getting film, and with that film, you're hopefully going to the next level, whether it be the CFL or the NFL. I don't use the AFL anymore because I don't consider that a step up, and I'll tell you why. As we've said before, this AFL model that's out there has come and gone twice. They've gone bankrupt twice. And what they're doing looks like they'll be in that same position again. Now, from a pay standpoint, they do pay their players more. They usually pay them anywhere between $500 and $1,000 a game. However, they have a union that takes a portion of that money. So that's one thing. The second is they don't pay for housing or food for the players. So when you're in the IFL, you have either an apartment or some sort of a hotel room that you're in for the 5 to 6 months of the season. And you get fed your meals throughout the week. So those are the big differences from a pay perspective. I can also tell you that a lot of these other indoor teams and even the AFL, the medical partners aren't as good. So sometimes the guys have to carry their own insurance, which, as you guys know, in football, you can have some pretty serious injuries. And for the IFL, we have a workers' comp plan for our teams, as well as basic coverage for them while they're playing for us. So that's my update on pay, I don't know that I need to say anything more than that.
No, I think that would answer that question. So,
yeah. So the big difference is that we pay for housing and food. Yes, it is less money. We do know that we have teams that pay more, which is called cheating, people. And in Green Bay, we don't cheat. So maybe that's why we aren't, at the top, but we're trying to show, and we've had some of our teams that don't cheat make it to that final game of the season and have won over the years. So kudos to them for doing it the right way. And hopefully the other teams can come on board and stop paying the players more, because all it does is it upsets. Number one, they're doing it for veterans that probably should have moved on. And the veterans know how to work the system. To me, you just say, no, we're not going to pay you more. And if they go elsewhere and the other team says, no, that works better for everybody in the league versus having a bunch of players flock to one team and only one team because they pay more. So we're as ownership, we are trying to get that under control by putting some different programs in. But the idea is that everybody should be paying that same amount. We shouldn't have anybody paying anybody more.
So, in regards to player pay, as the NCAA game has changed forever, in my opinion, for better or worse, people can have their own opinion. But does the IFL deal in type of NIL, name, image, and likeness? Those of you who don't know the acronym there, in regards to like it is in the NCAA, NFL.
So we're looking into that. The situation with NIL is it's not so much. A lot of our players, nobody knows who our players are, except for some of the high-end players that we've had. Again, veterans that have been in a community for an extended period of time, or been, great football players for the last 2, 3 years, 4 years, whatever the case might be. There are very few that have a name, image, and likeness that exists outside of the jersey that they wear, right? So in a lot of cases, I'm a Blizzard player, I'm a Sioux Falls player, I'm a San Diego player, I'm an Iowa Barnstormer player. That's usually how they're known. So we're struggling with how this NIL piece would work. The problem with NIL is it's just another way to cheat. And I'm sorry, but that's what it is. If you find a sponsor that can sponsor your players, it's just a way for you to pay somebody more than the rest of the league is paying them. And that's a problem. So I'm one of those people where if our guys come to town and they go out and find somebody to sponsor them, that's between them and that person. I don't think us as owners should be finding money for them, if you will. If they go out and they get Dick's to sponsor them because Dick's loves them and they work for them and they pay them an extra however much per week, more power to them. That's really how the NIL should be, because then it's based on their name, their image, their likeness associated for what they're going to do. A lot of these NIL programs that are part of the NCAA, there's a booster club that raises the funds to then get those players to come to the various universities, because they're such good players and they would bring, assets to whether it be the football field, the basketball court, the volleyball court, what have you, gymnastics. So, to me, it's muddied the game on all fronts, but I get it. Players want to make more money. But again, this is not a career. This is not your NFL career. This is a way to get film for the next level, and you get a stipend. That's really what it is. It's not meant to be your pay. So we're working on that definition of what NIL would be, how teams would be involved or not involved in order for it to qualify as not cheating. So we're working that out.
Yeah, and I mean this show was designed to really pull no punches and kind of go behind the scenes. So my personal opinion of that is like, so I think it's a lot different in the NCAA, where NIL, these universities are printing money based on an athlete's image. We are not like Trinklers, Pettits, you name it, in the IFL are donating money to their community, aka losing money to keep these teams around for the community. We are not printing money because a certain player pays for us, and I think that's why it's a lot different, right? Like it definitely, on some of the huge universities, when you're profiting off an athlete's image, I guess I understand a little bit more, but it's not apples to apples when you compare it to the IFL.
I agree. And that's probably why I'm adamant in it really shouldn't be part of who we are, because again, a lot of these guys don't have that name, image, or likeness to carry a team and more importantly, put people in the seats. So for me, the NIL with us is just very different from the NCAA.
Yep. Awesome. Well, that was a good, heavy episode. So I think with a whole bunch more exciting stuff coming down the road here, schedule, sales, you name it. So.
Yeah, and we're going to have some more announcements coming in the next couple of weeks. Once the schedule gets out, we'll wait for them to make their announcements, and then we're going to piggyback on that.
Got it.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to change my view because this might be a better view for everybody
Yeah.
because it's getting cold in Wisconsin.
It's actually storming today.
Yes. I get to, like I said, really?
Yeah, lightning, and it was crazy this morning.
Well, it's beautiful here, but it always is. I'll get you some rolling waves so that you have that. I guess that's all I got.
That's a good sign off. Well, that's what I got. Be sure to follow social media. Again, big shout out to Ben as we are posting more. Player signings are up and a lot of content's coming out. So excited for more stuff to share in upcoming episodes. That's what I got.
Awesome. That's what I got. Are we going to try and hit him with it, or what are we?
Maybe.
We got to do something.
I'll just high five the waves.
I can do one of these.
Should we hit him with it?
Let's hit him.
Go Blizz. Don't forget to like, follow,
subscribe,
share,
and ring that notification bell to get all of our content in your inbox.